Welcome to the House of Upyri. It's good to finally see or talk to you all actually, today. And I first want to address all the concerns in terms of what people contacted me, because I know people have been asking, where's Lonnie at and what's going on with Lonnie? Well, I'm in good mind, good spirit, I'm in good health as well. So I want to thank you all for reaching out to me. God has definitely been blessing me and doing a lot of things in my life, which I'll talk to you all about later. But today I want to address, where is Upyri? Because I keep hearing what's going on with Upyri and what's happening with Upyri. Well, I want to explain where we came from, where we're at, and where we're going. So by the end of this message, you'll know exactly where Upyri stands. Let's talk about where we came from first. Upyri started off as a concept that God gave me, in which I took that concept and put it onto words and created a script at that point. From that script, I actually went and got other resources. Danielle and Ralph, who believe in the vision, they came on. And then we went out and got you all, the actors and the crew members. And we brought you all in so that we can actually portray or put this concept on video so we can present it out to the public. Now, it was presented in a unique format called a CMV, a cinematic music video. And what's funny is a lot of people didn't know what that was. And I'm a creative person, so I know at times I may go overboard. So this whole phase was to learn what that was. So we went through like an ideation phase. So we created, the webisodes. And another funny thing is that we initially created one episode, but it ended up being two. So from that point, we were able to be blessed in creating 2 episodes in which we presented it out to the public. And we got great feedback from the public. They told us it was high quality. It was great actors, looks great. Everything looks great at this point. But it was one key factor that stuck out, which was it lacks in the story, because we didn't have a lot of dialogue or whatsoever, so we don't know what it's about. That's one of the most critical parts. So we decided to take the script and actually edit the script into a different format. So we tried to put that into a television series, which was more difficult. We didn't have the resources or the money to do that, so we went back to a web series. And we felt at this period of time that we're in a mix-up and that wouldn't work, so we start thinking. And we actually had a resource to where we have the ability to distribute this, so we said, let's cater to that. And we decided to create a film. And the best type of film that we can create for what we had was an anthology film. So as you can see, we were going through all of these different phases, this whole ideation of learning what this concept was and how to put it together. We were going through these things to determine exactly what we wanted to say. So we actually created the film script. And in that film script, of course, that was very complex. And we realized that, we're trying to recreate or create a story instead of taking the time to really create the story like it should be and defining our characters overall. So we said, Upyri deserves the time. So what we did was we actually pulled back and say, we're going to put the time and energy into creating the proper scripts. So this is where we're at. Where we are today. Let's talk about that. Well, I know a lot of people are asking about the video footage and all the things we shot, and I'll expound on that in the next segment. But for right here, where we're at today, we want to actually be an example like Marvel in terms of what Marvel has a universe. We're looking to create the Upyri universe. So when you take Marvel, take Iron Man, take Thor, how they have their individual stories, but then they're able to come together in a collective environment to where they have a shared universe. We're looking to create that same type of universe with Upyri. And that's extremely important for us because it provides us with sustainability and it allows our characters to have more depth in terms of within their stories. And the way that we're doing this is actually through an omnibus and a lexicon. An omnibus actually is a group of collective works that explains a character's story, and that's a comic book term. So it comes from an example of that would be Batman 102, 103, 104, and it could be Batman returns from Gotham, falls to the Joker, and Batman embodies another person. Just to give you an example, it expounds on the character's stories. So that's what we're looking to do within the omnibus, and it will be 7 books that starts from the beginning or have a beginning time and then having an end time. So we're starting from the beginning of creation with Adam and Eve and coming all the way up to 2014. That's our time frame in which our 7 books will cover. Within those 7 books, it will be individual stories. It could be anywhere from 8 to 10 individual stories spanning that time frame. So we're doing this through a writing team. And let me go back first is a lexicon. A lexicon actually is a reference book, and you'll see it through Harry Potter and so forth, through all of these different mythical type of genres. But a reference book that explains definitions, titles, relationships so that people can have an understanding of what they're reading. And we're actually utilizing a writing team at this point in time. Yes, we do have a writing team that is going through this entire process of creating this universe. It will be done in 3 phases. Phase 1 actually is creating the character outlines and the stories. Phase 2 actually is creating the timelines and the history so that we know the major historical events. And phase 3 actually will be the lexicon. And once again, this will be literary, meaning that we're going into the literary field. That means that we're going to create a graphic novel, or we're going to create a comic book. We'll create some type of literary material at the end of this phase. So we are in writing phase right now to define Upyri, explain it, the story of the characters, so we can actually get to the full story and the universe of Upyri. I'll explain next and where we're going and why the video footage. Where we're going, first and foremost, I want to expound quickly on where we're going. And one of the things is the phases I talked about early on, phase 1, 2, and 3, those phases all make up source material. And basically that source material is what we'll use to have writers pull from to actually create stories for different media outlets, such as creating a television series or creating an actual film or actually creating a play. But through all the different media formats, we want to be able to go across those. So with the source material, we'll be able to have writers come in to pull from that. And now they're not pulling from something that is created out of my mind or something that's created out of the air. They're pulling from something that has a true source and something that has continuity to it, something that has depth to it. And that's really what Upyri is about. So the source material is the key foundation of everything in Upyri in which we're creating now. And the reason why we're doing this is for sustainability, such as Marvel. Just like Marvel, when you look at their characters, they're able to go into television, they're able to go into film, they're able to go into merchandise, they're able to move into different media platforms. We want to be able to traverse these media platforms as well too. So this provides us with sustainability. And Upyri is not just a one project, it's actually a brand that provides opportunities for all of you all, actors, crew members, writers, and it provides opportunities for everyone. That's what we're looking at Upyri. That's how we're looking at Upyri now. And this is a long-term project if we want to exemplify actually Marvel. So that's why we're doing this, is for sustainability. And we want to actually continue to maintain communication with you, and that's important. The video footage that we do have, and I'll explain that, will be used as an internal document. And what I mean by that is we'll present that out to people internally, people that we're looking to bring on board. We'll show that so they can see the concept and get an idea, so that now they can actually see what our next moves are. So when it comes to creating the literary work, such as a comic book or graphic novel, they can see it visually. Now, once we get to a certain point, we'll make a decision or a final decision on if we will release it out to the public once we see it, what we have at the end of the day. And in doing this, we do want to maintain communication. So I don't want to leave you all to where it's like, okay, I'm leaving you all. So I'm leaving you now with information on how you can contact us. Please, if you have any questions or concerns, please email those questions to us at info@upyri.tv. And what we'll do there is we'll collect all of your questions, and that will go forth or be answered in an internal newsletter in which we'll present every single month starting next month. And that internal newsletter will have updates to let you know what's going on with the process, and we'll answer the questions that you present to the masses. When we talked about where we came from, where we're at, and where we're going and why. And I want to thank you all for this. And I just wanted to make sure that you all were updated on what's happening. So we want to continue communication. It doesn't stop here. So please email us at info@upyri.tv because this is important for us to maintain communication. Because at the end of the day, we started this and we are moving forward. So we need you. And that is the key point behind the brand of Upyri, is it's about the people. At the end of the day, collective success is the best. Peace and love.